If you've recently opened a Farmbrite account, you might have lots of data outside of the system that you need to add. Maybe you have it exported from a previous farm management software that you used, or perhaps you just have Excel sheets with the data. You can absolutely add your records manually to Farmbrite, but if you have a lot of data and you want to skip that manual work, you can import many different types of records into Farmbrite from a spreadsheet. You can also use this same import function to edit and update existing records that you've already created. This video is going to walk you through the basics, but be aware that we also have a comprehensive Help Center article that will provide more details. The first most important thing to know about importing data is that the process is generally the same for any type of record that you're trying to import. You're going to download a spreadsheet template that we provide, add your data to it, and then upload it to the system to create or update your records. Imports are available for the following record types: livestock and livestock measurements, crop types, nutrients and soil samples, accounting transactions, contacts, equipment, products, climate logs, and GPS map coordinates. Our example in this video will be a livestock import to create new animals, but the process that I show you is applicable to any of those record types. Okay, let's get started. We're in a brand new Farmbrite account. We'll navigate to livestock, choose animals, and see that we don't have any animals added yet. You could always add them manually, but to import them, you'll choose the Actions button and select Import Records. And here's step 1. You can download the CSV template file. You'll want to open this file with your preferred spreadsheet program, maybe Microsoft Excel or Google Sheets. You'll first notice that the template comes preloaded with column headers in row 1. These mirror your fields in Farmbrite. You'll see things like the type of animal, its breed and name, and dozens of other columns that all correspond to a data point for your animals in Farmbrite. Now, don't be intimidated. You don't have to complete all of these fields. Just like if you were adding them to the system manually, you only have to add the data that's important for you. Of course, the fields that you see here in this template are relevant to our animals. If you are importing crop types, the template that you get from that section of the system would have fields specific to plants like days to maturity or row spacing. And if you are importing equipment, the template would have columns like year, make, model, engine, and so forth. So while we're using animals as an example, the information that you can import, and thus the template, will be different for the specific record types. And now we can move on to step 2, which is adding data to this template. I have all of that data in a different spreadsheet. You can see the basic data for 32 cows here. This was data that I exported from my old farm management software. Now I want to copy and paste it into the Farmbrite template. The column headers might not match up exactly, so I may need to think a little bit about what goes where. So for example, I'll take the animal type column and copy it. And then we'll go back to the template and paste that into the type. Breed, name, birth date, and birth weight are also fairly straightforward, so I'll copy them over as well. And going back to the other sheet, I want to import the tags, so I'm going to copy that column, and then look through the Farmbrite template to find the tag field. You'll notice that these fields are in alphabetical order, so we can scroll over to tag, and I'll paste that data into tag number. And let's see what's next. Let's bring gender over. And then we'll see current weight, height, and last measured date. Again, I'll copy these and put them in the right column on the template. One thing to note here, as I've been copying and pasting these columns, I've been taking the header from my previously existing data and copying it here as well. This helps me double check and make sure that I copied the columns correctly, but I don't really want to import this line, so I'm going to choose to delete it. And now I have all of my existing data in the Farmbrite template. You probably have more data to import than what I've shown here, but this example should help you understand the concept. You can add data to any of these columns, and be aware that there is a 1,000 row limit on your import spreadsheet. You can import more animals than that, but you'll need to separate them into multiple spreadsheets. And now that we have the data here, let's save a copy of this. We'll download it as a CSV file. That file format is very important. You have to choose the CSV comma separated value. Any common spreadsheet program should be able to get you that file format. And now we can move on to step 3. Let's go back to Farmbrite. We are right back on the page that we got the template from. Since we want to create brand new animal records, we'll make sure that this selection is set to Add New Records, and then we'll choose our file. We'll click Next, and in this step, map our data. You'll match the file headers in the left-hand column with the Farmbrite field names in the right, and because we use the provided Farmbrite template, these should already align correctly. We'll see that our spreadsheet's type column, where we've supplied the word cattle, is matched to the Farmbrite type column. And breed goes to breed, name to name, birth date to birth date, birth weight to birth weight. And as we scroll down, we'll see the gender, height, measurement date, tag number, and weight as well. This is a good time to tell you that using the template is optional. We think that it helps you ensure that the right data goes into the right field. But if you wanted to upload your own spreadsheet, not using the template, and then map your fields to the Farmbrite fields, this step would allow you to do that. We'll choose Import and see 32 records imported successfully. When I go back to the Livestock tab, we'll now see 32 animals with their names, tag numbers, gender, age, last weight, and type added to their records. Remember, that same process is available on all the record types we saw at the beginning of the video. I could go to Plantings, click the Actions button, and choose Import Records, and be given a Plantings template to fill out. I could go to Resources, Equipment, and do the same thing here, choosing Import Records, and get a template with fields specific to my equipment. Same thing for Accounting, and orders, products, contacts, map data, and climate logs. I hope this helped explain the process and that it saves you some time and effort in getting data into your new Farmbrite account. If you have any additional questions about this, feel free to reach out. We're always glad to help.